convoy shed。我哋咪喺呢度等咪要，就 underground。Yep。你係咪你唔係影緊我？Sorry.
But that's okay. You can talk. That's the whole point of a video.
Loud noise. Oh, cool. Look at that. Small river down Poppy Road.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I must have went straight down that way.
Rồi bây giờ chỉ cần nó xuất lại gần.
Gate number 6, again, recorder to know.
Hello everyone, how are we doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Good, good. Alright. Come on. Ahead and see if I can spot anyone while I do. Everyone please help yourself to a hard hat. They are adjustable at the back if you spin that little dial.
Randy, all will fit. You just have to adjust it.
I already have them. Awesome. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Britannia Mine Museum. We're going to get started shortly here, and what we're actually going to do is, I know this highway can be a little loud and distracting, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over the 2 rules we all absolutely have to know before we're allowed to get on the trains. Once we've got those down, we're going to take our seats and head into the tunnel. We'll do a really quick stop right away to go over the last few safety rules we all need to know, and then we'll continue on our tour, okay? Now, just a quick acknowledgement, we are all gathered today on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Squamish Nation. My name is Holly, and I'm going to be your guide today. So like I said, the only 2 rules we have to know before we're allowed to go out of the pavilion is just that we all need to wear our hard hats, and we do all need to wear a mask while we're inside the tunnel today. Gates, I am fine with anyone sitting in any of the seats. I am going to ask that we try and maybe sit 3 to a seat just to make sure that everyone can fit. And I would prefer no kids sitting by themselves if we can arrange that. I'm going to go ahead and open these up, and we can go ahead and start sitting down.
Randy,
Watch your fingers. There we go.
Come this.
oh, okay.
I don't think I'll try though.
Good, huh?
Yeah, come on. Should I move for back?
Cả lẽ.
Okay. I don't think I'll try to. Maybe I'll
Thấy được đó.
Nhưng mà cái này block cho nó.
I can move to that.
Thùng đây thùng cho con cho học nhá.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to get through to here.
May I sit here with you? Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna problem solve. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Here we go.
咁你使唔使你坐喺呢度俾你影啊？
係啊。
我坐中間。
How about Louis try left side?
Sit.
Yeah, I got it.
幾好啊！而家我哋有 arrange，即係俾我哋坐。
你坐邊度？我得我坐 right side。頭先我叫你喐啦。
哦，你叫邊個喐添？哦，咁你兩個喺呢度咁樣。
Or I forget the bell.
So cool. Yeah.
we're not going to get back on. So please be careful when you're stepping down. I'm going to ask you to try and walk this way towards me, as there's a nice big tunnel on the other side. Fantastic. I'm going to let this right down your feet. Thank you.
Here's a picture of the train.
All right, we are a nice full group, so we'll kind of switch all in. I want everyone to sit inside this kind of yellow area, if that makes sense. Fantastic. All right, welcome to the underground, everyone. All the drills that you spread out here were ones of very different names and purposes, but all of them were used here at Britannia. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my favorite, because it's the one that I get to turn on. I guess I should say it's my second favorite. My favorite is the diamond drill. I can't turn that one on. But I can turn on this one. This drill down here, and if you want, we can all shuffle down a little bit so we can get a bit of a better look. This drill down here is called the Jackleg drill. Now this drill is very important because we used it to make most of our tunnels here at Britannia. And it's my absolute second favorite because it's one of the safest drills that we used here at Britannia. As we all know, as time goes on and inventions are made, sometimes they're really great, and sometimes they can be rather dangerous. For example, that really big one down there, it had a nickname. Today we call it the piston drill because that's the type of drill it is. But when it was used here in the tunnels, the men called it the widowmaker because you were so unlikely to go home to your wife if you were assigned to use it. Now that drill was used here for quite some time, but luckily in the 1930s, the Jackleg drill came into the tunnels. And this one is so much safer because it's what we call a wet drill. Now for anyone who doesn't know what that means, all we did was add water to this drill. It gets attached by a hose right here. It shoots out the end of the drill bit while this drill is operational, and it turns all the super dangerous dust that is caused by using this drill into like a muddy sludge. This makes this drill so much safer, also because they designed it to absorb shock a bit better. That drill, unfortunately, could sometimes fall over while it was operating and pin the men to the ground. That wasn't very good. Now, luckily for us, this big drill down here still works. So I'm going to turn it on and operate it for you now. We're just going to walk through the steps first, and then I'm going to do it, okay? So first, I'm going to turn off my microphone and take it off. I'm going to put on my hearing protection, and then I'm going to go over here and turn on this hose. This is a compressed air hose. You're going to hear a very small hissing noise. It's just what powers the drill. Then I'm going to come over to the machine and count down from 3. I do need to see everyone covering their ears before I can turn the machine on, okay? All right, let's do it. All right, hands up. Perfect. All right, 3, 2, 1. You like that? Could you imagine working with that drill for 8 hours a day? That would be very noisy. But another thing to know is our drill team, or our drillers, I should say, always worked in a team. So there wouldn't just be one of these drills operating at a time. In a tunnel like this, you could expect to work with, let's say, 6 of these drills operating at the same time. Let's head down this way.
Por abajo, que sí, sí, se va a disparar.
Wonderful. All right, and in this chamber, you're welcome to kind of loop around and stand anywhere kind of in an L shape, if that makes sense. Wonderful. All right, welcome to the second chamber, everyone. Now, just a quick recap for you. We're learning how to make tunnels. Step number 1, we drill into the rock. Step number 2, we blow it up. And step number 3, we have to clean up the mess that we just made. If you look down here, you're going to see a giant pile of ore. This is what is left over after our dynamite explosion. What we got to do now is get it out of here. Now, the men here at Britannia called that big pile of rock muck. And it was a mucker's job to clean it up. Now, those are the men who got a job here at Britannia with little to no experience. Now, just like my Jackleg drill, my muck machine still works. So I'm going to turn it on and operate it for you now. I am going to ask that while this machine is on, our feet stay on the ground, pretty please. My young boy down there, thank you very much. I am also going to ask that we all cover our ears again, because this machine is going to be rather loud. It's not quite as loud as the drill, but I still want to make sure everyone is nice and safe, okay? All right, let's do it. Unfortunately, our miners wouldn't have had this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn these lights out. And I'm going to show you the light sources that they did use. Just before I go ahead and flip the switch off, I'd like everyone to look down at their feet. Make sure you're standing on solid ground. I don't care if you stand on that ledge or in front of it. If you would like to lean on the banister, you are welcome to do so. Just please don't fall down when the lights are out. If we're all ready, the lights are going to go out in 3, 2, 1. How are we feeling about this work environment?
Not so great.
And how about, let's say, reading the rock? Anyone have any idea where that chalcopyrite might be?
Unless you have night vision, no.
Now, not to worry. Before we got off the train for our shift, our boss gave us a company-issued light to set up so we can see for our work. I'll go ahead and set that up now. For the first 15 years that we were operating here at Britannia, we used candles to see in the underground. Now there's a few flaws with this plan. Our candle can go out, it's not very bright, it's definitely not an ideal light source. Now luckily for us, as time went on, a much better option came into the underground. The one that I'm talking about now is called a carbide lamp, and it came into the underground here at Britannia in the 1920s. Now this light runs on a chemical reaction. Got my little lamp here, I pour water into the top chamber, and then I turn on the valve to let it drip down below on a substance called calcium carbide. When the two meet, they react, and they make acetylene gas. Anyone know what that's used for today?
Welding.
Welding, yeah, we use it to cut metal. I'm gonna light this now. Sometimes it's a little finicky, so we'll see if it'll go for me, but you might hear a bit of a popping noise. Oh, there we go, first try. What we're gonna do now is head on out of the underground. On our way out, we're gonna pass some big brown bags. I'll just get you to drop your hard hats in there for me. Once we're outside the gate, you will be welcome to take off your mask, and I'll have one more loud noise for you before we head down the hill, okay? Let's head out this way.
Sure. Cái gì rồi?
All right. Check that. All right, everyone, welcome to the surface again. So now that we are all safely above ground, we got one more loud noise. We're gonna set off our shift whistle. Now, traditionally, this was sounded at a shift change, so as one shift is coming out of the mountain and another is heading in. We operated 24/7 here, so we had 3 8-hour shifts operating constantly. The only time that we didn't sound this at a shift change was at the midnight changeover, which you're going to understand in a moment when I sound this off, because if this was going off at midnight every night, I would revolt. Now, this is our last demonstration and our last loud noise, but it is the loudest. So I am going to ask everyone to cover their ears. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Is it
Compressed air, yeah. So yeah, all the machines that I turned on for you today, the drill, the muck machine, and the whistle are powered by compressed air. All right, folks, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna walk on down the hill. We're gonna do a really quick stop, and I'm gonna point out a few of the buildings in our lower site, give you a little information about them, and then we're gonna go straight into this giant white building to watch the boom show, okay?
mine shop? How deep is the